Hi guys, it's Holly here at Faces. Today I am here with the lovely Chelsea Naylor from Luxure Aesthetics. I'm here to sit down with Chelsea to find out what she knows about the Faces app, talk about the industry, and just do some quick fire questions. So Chelsea, thank you so much for joining me today. Really good to have you on.
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
So do you want to just start off by telling us a little bit about your business, how you got into aesthetics and how you got to where you are today?
Yeah, lovely. So, I'm a nurse by background. So, I qualified as a nurse about 10 years ago. And then, about 18 months into my nurse training, I started doing aesthetics. So, I initially just started doing filler. And for about 18 months, that's all I did. And I just felt like I really tried to focus on perfecting that before I moved on to anything else. And I worked originally from home. So I'd set up a little bit of a clinic at home, built then a little bit of another clinic in my garden, and then I got my shop. So at the minute I work in this shop. There's about 8 of us. I've got 4 other girls that are working for me now, and I left nursing about 3 years ago. So I just do this. So this is my full-time job.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. So pleased for you that it's just gone so well. You know, you're kind of like the ideal practitioner and what most people want, really, just
Yeah.
building your business from scratch, leaving the NHS if that's something you wanted to do.
Yeah,
And then
to be fair, when I first started, I just thought it was going to be like a little bit of extra income. And my thought process at the time was that it were only going to be like maybe 1 or 2 clients a month, and then it became 1 or 2 clients a week. Then it were 1 or 2 clients a day, and now it's 20 clients a day. So yeah, it really did grow. But I think it's important for people to know that it didn't just happen overnight, and it did just take its time. But everything that I put into the business, I really did get back out of it. So investing more money into myself, putting the hours in. I was working till silly o'clock at night or early hours in the morning. Like if people wanted 6 o'clock, 6:30, I was getting up and doing it. But I really do think it paid off in the end.
100%. I think that's one of the key things, isn't it? Just being as flexible as you possibly can. Like if you're trying to build your business and a client wants a 10 p.m. appointment, you're going to be doing that appointment.
That's what I did back then. But right now, I don't. I've got set hours that I work, and I've been able to. Well, I take 4 days off a week now, so I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and that's me done. So I have a long weekend every week, but it's never been always like that. It started out working 70-hour a week some weeks when I was doing my nursing as well. So yeah, it's that.
Like juggling both, trying to build your business plus like obviously working as a nurse as well must have been really difficult. But I think it's so good to see that you're proof that you can get there if you put the effort in, you put the hard work in terms of building a business, building those client relationships. You will eventually get there. What would you say you love most about the work that you do and the aesthetics industry in general?
For me, it's treating the clients that have always felt that there was nothing that could be done with certain things. So I've got a couple of clients who've got maybe scars. I've got one lady that's springing to my mind. She had a dog bite when she was a child, and it basically removed half of her lip. And the surgeons reconstructed her face. But over the last few years, I've been able to rebuild that lip back for her. And there's things like that where she always says to me, "You've changed my life." And yeah, that to me means more than anything compared to just someone who just wants the lips done. As much as I love doing that, when you're actually really changing somebody and their outlook on their life, then that's the best thing about it for me.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna cry. It's kind of like a sad story, really. But I think it's so nice for you that she chose you as her practitioner to actually.
I've made a friend of her really now, and she'll always say to me like how much I mean to her, and same vice versa, because I know what I've done for her is that important in my work and everything about my career. So yeah, she's equally as important to me.
Yeah,
as well.
100%. Oh, that's so lovely. What would you say is your favorite feature on faces, and why? I know we've just jumped from treatments to faces.
I absolutely love just that I can edit the consent forms into how I want to use them. I can pull them up anywhere in the world where I am. So that is one of the beauty for me, because when I first started, it were all paper and pen. And if there was anything that I needed to know and I wasn't with my paperwork, that was always a struggle. So for me, it's just the flexibility of that. I can just open it up and it's on my phone, it's on my iPad. It's just all really accessible, and then that is just the beauty of it for me. That it's just
amazing. It's just your business in your pocket, isn't it?
Maybe it is the business in my pocket. Like I first started, we were never like that, so it's really evolved. It's the so business nice. In that sense.
Yeah, it's nice that you've been very much a part of Faces for a really long time now, and you know, you order your products from there, you're using the finance, using the consent forms, and
I use a lot.
Everything that we launch on Faces and develop is based on people like yourself who, you know, give us the feedback, who tell us what you want, because you know, we're not using it day in, day out because we're not practitioners. So you know, we really value people like yourself who are just really making the most of the features, and it's great to see that it has actually helped your business as well. What is your favorite treatment to perform on clients, and why?
For me, it's usually like the non-surgical rhinoplasty. That is probably one of my favorites. There is a lot more skill to it compared to some of the other treatments that I do. But again, these clients that come in, they're wanting the nose treating, it might be something that they've been concerned about for such a long time. And I have many clients that when they've looked in the mirror that they've cried after seeing the treatment. And yeah, I think that's probably why it's one of my favourites. Just because I can really see the importance of why somebody's had it done and what it's meant to them. But yeah, absolutely love it. I just love creating new shapes. I was always really artistic at school, and I always wanted to do art, whereas now I'm incorporating quite a bit of that artistic flair into my work, and that's why I like it.
Yeah, a lot of people have said the same. You know, non-surgical rhinoplasty is one of those treatments which a lot of people get because of insecurity they have. I think it's so good that it's more accessible than like going under the knife, having surgery, potentially as well. And I don't get how it works. It's like an illusion. It is
an absolute illusion, isn't it? Everybody always comes to me, they're always saying, Chelsea, I don't want my nose to look bigger. And I'm like, well, obviously it's going to be technically bigger because we're adding surface volume, because we're adding filler to it. But yeah, it is an illusion, and it blows your mind, doesn't it?
Amazing. Yeah, so good. What would you say you're most proud of with regards to your business and where you are now? Is there anything that kind of stands out as like a real achievement for you?
So I had a lady who came to me from one of the teaching hospitals, which is quite local to myself, and she had an illness where a nose cartilage had degenerated. And I spent a lot of time speaking to the doctors and the professors at the hospital regarding building a nose back up, and which I did successfully. It were amazing. And then now the professors at the hospital actually refer other clients to me now for this same procedure done. So yeah, that is probably one of my greatest achievements, that obviously have recognised me and that they actually referring outside for these treatments. So
yeah, that is incredible, because obviously there's a lot of stigma around aesthetics and that kind of thing, and you know, it's so nice that, you know, having been a nurse as well, you're able to kind of keep your hand in that. And
it's lovely.
Oh, well done. That's incredible. Any advice to any practitioners or beauticians who are not registered with Faces, and why you think they should sign up to use that?
I just think everything's really easy to follow. It saves so much time. You can obviously book people in on there. You can forward your consent forms. You can order everything through there. It's just all in one place, so you're not in like going between different tabs trying to order things. Especially in a busy clinic like I've got, I want to save time, and it does really help with that. So yeah.
Amazing. Perfect. And then finally, bit of a a obscure question, but have you experienced any like embarrassing moments in clinic, and if so, what was it?
Yeah, there were. So I had this lady in and I was giving her some numbing cream to put on her lips. And instead of saying lips, I said, will you put this on your nips? And she, yeah, I wanted to die, but we just laughed it off. And I did a little TikTok video about it, about the embarrassing moments, and it got quite a few likes and whatnot. Yeah,
you know
just
what?
laughed about it.
That's the thing, you know, I'm slipping up on my words, and I can imagine, you know, in clinic, particularly if you knew.
Oh, I just wanted the world to swallow me up.
Yeah. Oh, bless you. Well, I'm sure she loved her lip treatment afterwards.
Yeah,
anyway.
Absolutely.
But no, thank you so much for coming on my podcast series, Chelsea. So good to see your success. Cannot wait to keep
your
journey. And thank you so much for being part of Faces as well. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I really do.
Amazing. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.